All right, welcome back to another episode of Impossible versus Matches. This is the podcast where we take completely unrelated pop culture characters and improvise a scenario in which they would cross over in some sort of uh, versus match type movie, like Freddy versus Jason or King Kong versus Godzilla. We care more about the journey rather than the destination. It's not about who would win; it's about how they get there. Why are they mad at each other? Join with me is my good friend Preston. Preston, say hello.
Hey, how we doing?
And we are about to just jump right in to another episode. So let's see who we get. Preston, you are the guest, so as always, you get the choice. Do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
All right, my man. Well, I'm thinking. I don't know. I feel like I went first last time. So how about you go first?
All right, fair enough. Go ahead and spin your wheel. Show me what we got to work with.
I'll show you what I've got.
I like what you got. Good job.
Oh, all right. Here we got a classic character on this one. We've got good old Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. Oh, nice. Okay. Um, well, I've got myself a character as well, which actually this works pretty well. I got Powerline. Um, Powerline, for those of you that do not know and are completely missing out, is the rock star, pop star from the Goofy movie phenomenon.
That's right, my man. I thought I saw you post something about that dude the other day in a meme.
Oh yeah.
And I'll go ahead and say that for those of which don't know who, excuse me, Space Ghost is, he's a animated like ex superhero now intergalactic space or space talk show host. So he's animated. He's got an animated cast and crew, but he has live action guests, celebrities on his show.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
That's it, baby.
He has some sort of like he can shoot like a beam from his hands as well, I believe, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know the source of power for the beam.
I am not entirely sure either of his entire background and origins, but I do believe he's got like minor superpowers, keeps people in the crew in line with, because people in his crew are like ex-alien convicts and whatnot.
Yeah, I honestly know more about Space Ghost lore from Coast to Coast as opposed to the actual Space Ghost show.
Straight up.
Well, this is a fun scenario because I've had Powerline in the list for a while. By the way, that meme was song for song, who you got, Powerline or Chip Skylark from Fairly Odd Parents.
Ah, that's right. That's
If
right.
if you choose Chip Skylark, you're just wrong.
You're just wrong.
Yeah, you're just wrong. But anyway, I think this works pretty well because I'm of course going to use Space Ghost Coast to Coast version in this, and he's got a talk show, so of course he's got to bring on celebrities to be their to plug their latest works, right? So
Yeah.
so he invites Powerline, who, according to Max in a Goofy movie, is the greatest rock star on the planet. And of course, Space Ghost is most interested in, planetary beings, of course, because him being a space ghost. So he
True.
get the impression that Powerline has conquered the planet with his talents.
All right.
So, and now Powerline's seen the show before, and he doesn't jive with that. Um, Powerline's a little bit he feels like he that's not his scene. He thinks it's whack.
Thinks it's whack.
Yeah, he thinks it's whack, and I feel like that's something that he would say. But
Absolutely.
but eventually, Space Ghost, he persists and he gets, all his crew on the best behavior to make sort of like a invitational video call, like uh like video invitation or something to get on the show. And we have to remember that Powerline in the source material, two two random ass people just crash onto his stage. One of them kills a guy and they just start dancing, and he's just into it. He doesn't question that at all. He doesn't call security. He's just like, all right, I see what you got, and now I'm going to do that dance too. And there were no legal repercussions from that incident. So he's like, you know what? Okay, I'll give him a shot. And so he gets on the show to plug his latest album. And but of course, things go awry with Brack and Zorak and um, Moltar. Is that his name?
Zoltar.
Zoltar, yeah. Of course, things go awry, and Zorak starts heckling Powerline, and Powerline's not down with that. So he starts getting really kind of pissed off in this interview. And Space Ghost like, wait, no, this isn't what the show is like. And so, but so Powerline goes off to like the green room or something, and it doesn't have the right color M&Ms, something like that. Basically, this scenario is like Powerline is kind of reluctant to get on the show, and then everything goes wrong, and that's kind of how they come together. I don't know if Powerline is one to trade blows with Space Ghost. If anything, I feel like Space Ghost and the rest of his crew will be a little more antagonistic towards him. Or alternatively, Space Ghost thinks that Powerline is like a planetary conqueror through music, and he keeps talking, and it just comes off as super weird because like Powerline is not ready for this. Like he just thought he was going to plug his album, and now he's talking about like intergalactic, you know, weird like science techno babble type stuff, and he's just like, why am I even here? And it's basically just the star is very disinterested in the show, and Space Ghost is not he's not going about it the right way, and he eventually gets more antagonistic towards Powerline, and they just have beef now.
Word. That's pretty much how I would see that going myself. Powerline, from what I can remember, was kind of, that hot shot superstar. So,
Right.
Space Ghost brings him on with those type of accommodations, but yet things start to kind of go wrong, or the accommodations are a little bit downplayed, for how well of a superstar he actually is in his
Right.
own planet. And
Mm-hmm.
so I could see them easily just start exchanging shots with each other, verbally, and being like, well, you may be the conqueror of your realm through music, but can you be the conqueror of your realm through roasting? And, Space Ghost with his wit, just
Right.
comes at them. They just start roast battling each other, and basically the rest of the crew get involved, and Powerline ends up being like, oh, you know what, man? This is whack. Forget this. And tries to bounce out. And we could just say that he ends up screwing up so bad that he just opens up the outdoors to the space and dies.
That's a lot more fun and energetic. It's hard because Powerline is a character that does nothing in the entire movie. I just
Right.
find it fun. Like he has the dance number at the end, and according to him just welcoming Max and Goofy to his stage, I assume that he's like he seems like kind of a chill dude. So I'm like, how do I make him mad at Space Ghost, especially when Space Ghost I don't think is ever the cause of trouble on his show. It's always Brack, Zorak, and Zoltar.
Oh, absolutely.
So I just kept like going on, like hoping that lightning would just strike, and I would and I'd get it. But it doesn't always work out. But that's what the show is all about.
That's right, man.
But
That's why we're here, is to just jump off the top.
right, but it still creates a pretty cool image. I think that's a pretty good matchup as far as like just having Powerline on a space talk show.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Or having
totally
him on any other talk show, It's
oh
better
yeah,
than just a regular old talk show.
right. And you know what? It's something to be said about having a more like a unique crossover as opposed to just like they meet and they get pissed at each other and then start fighting. This one is definitely more of a not as much a fist fight, but a different altercation entirely.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you ready to see who you've got to deal with?
Yeah, man, lay it on me.
All right, we're spinning this wheel, and we've got oh 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 oh. Ooh, okay, so I landed on the Invisible Man, but here's the thing. I'm actually going to re-roll that because I'm trying to hold off on horror characters until our October episodes begin. Because
Okay.
I don't know if I've told you this, but during the month of October, we're going to have at least one episode that is the horror movie beatdown.
Oh, yeah.
So I re-rolled and I got Jim Lahey from Trailer Park.
Oh, boy.
You're familiar with Trailer Park Boys, yeah?
I am, yeah. But let the
Okay.
people know.
But for the people that do not know, Jim Lahey is the sometimes owner, sometimes security, sometimes random other jobs of the main trailer park from Trailer Park Boys. He is an extreme alcoholic, but alcohol and the liquor somehow gives him more power. And he also has a gay partner in the burger obsessed Randy, a man who can't ever wear a shirt and has a gigantic gut.
The biggest burger gut.
That's right. And Jim Lahey, he stands for justice. He is an ex-cop, but he frequently falls to the hands of temptation.
This is pretty accurate. This is a pretty accurate description. I like how you said that he gets more powered off of the liquor.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he does. He does.
I am the
It's
liquor
his-
Randy.
I am the liquor Randy.
Just gonna have a little trinky poo.
Dude, this is gonna be a pretty good one, I think. So, I got Elsa from Frozen.
Okay, nice,
Oh
nice.
boy,
Bringing
check
more
this
ladies
out,
into
dude.
the podcast.
This is gonna be the crossover of a lifetime. So we're gonna have it play out in the Trailer Park Boys universe, where it's another day in the trailer park, and Lahey's doing his patrol, harassing Ricky and Julian about their schemes, in which the boys are trying to get together and try to figure out how they can get more snow to come through the trailer park during the off season, so that they can have and open up like a ski resort, because they've already done a casino and they've done like a strip club and all these other things, and they're like, "Oh, ski resort's gonna be the best thing, eh? We're gonna do it, yeah." And Lahey's out here like, "You boys, you try to do this, and I'm gonna sick Randy on you," and out there harassing them like, "Oh, you're gonna do it now. I'm gonna get the higher ups involved." And Ricky's like, "Oh, frig off, Lahey," and
I thought you'd just be reciting an episode of Trailer Park Boys.
basically, dude, it's like it practically writes itself here.
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh yeah, but like freaking how the hell are we gonna get it to snow here, boys, without it freaking being the winter times and all that?" And Julian's like, "Oh, I seen this girl on a movie. She was able to make it snow all the time." And Bubbles is like, he pipes up, he's like, "Oh yeah, boys, I've seen that same movie. It's really good. This girl's singing a lot of good numbers too." And they're like, oh, dude, yeah, how do we get a hold of this girl? How do we get a hold of this chick? And so Bubbles just calls Disney and is just like, yeah, he's like, oh, we're here at the trailer park, and they know exactly who he is, and they don't argue with anything. So what they do is they tell him the plan. They tell Disney the plan, and Disney sends out a mascot, Elsa, but it's really the real Elsa in like hologram form because I don't know, we're bringing it to the trailer park, right? So so basically it's just a mascot hologram with a snowmaking machine who comes to the trailer park, and Lahey's all like, oh shit, what did you boys do here now? And they basically get right to it, start making the place into a ski resort, and Lahey's getting super cold, and he's like, Randy, we got to do something about this. We can't let these boys freaking turn the trailer park into a freaking ice tray. And he's like, but it's okay. I got the liquor to keep me warm. And he's just taking slugs of liquor, and Randy's like, oh yeah, Lahey, this is super trash. Like, I can't even get my grill to light, get my burgers going.
That was a really good impression of Randy.
Rando Bo Bando. And
man's got to eat, Mr. Lahey.
Yeah, man's got to eat, Mr. Lahey. Here, I've been warming up these patties under my pits the whole time. He goes, here, let me slap this on a quick bun. I've been warming those by my buns. And he's all like, oh, I love your buns there, Rando.
Randy.
He's like, I sure know you do, Lahey, but we're going to go ahead and get this trailer park back to normal. So what they end up doing is, and Lahey's like, you're right, I'm not going to be told to freeze. I'm the one who tells people to freeze. I am the law. I am the liquor. And so he picks up his freaking firearm, his revolver that he's got, and he picks up his bottle and he takes a quick slug of it, and he freaking just hops out the freaking trailer and tries to hop in the whip. He just stumbles down onto his car, fucking somehow manages to get inside of it, and Randy's just like, oh, Mr. Lahey, wait for me, and he gets in the car with him and not worried about the fact that Mr. Lahey's just two sheets to the wind. And freaking they roll up onto the site where Ricky and Elsa and all that are got the snow making machine going, and they basically hop out the whip so fast, Lahey stumbles, trips, and goes, Ricky, and one gunshot fires off, and everybody ducks, and they're like, what the hell are you doing, Lahey? What the frick's wrong with you? And he's like, Ricky, what the hell's wrong with you? You think you're the king of the trailer park? Well, you're not. And he goes, I'm the king. I'm the one with the king's stick. And he's just pointing his gun around. And basically the mascot, Elsa hologram, freaking just jumps in the way between him and Lahey gets all startled and slips and trips again on the what is snow/icy ground, and ends up shooting the mascot. And basically they're like, oh, what the hell's wrong with you? This guy was a rental, just like this freaking snowmaker. And basically they kill animated superstar Princess Elsa hologram mascot, and in return try to keep the snowmaking machine because Lahey doesn't want to admit to killing somebody, and the boys in the trailer park don't want shit to hit the fan, so they can't scheme things anymore and basically try to cover up for Lahey. They're like, oh shit, what did you do now, Lahey? Can't believe you've done this. You freaking killed the freaking mascot rental. Oh my god. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'd like to put out a little disclaimer to the audience that we do not have leaked scripts of the new Trailer Park Boys season.
Yeah, no.
That was so spot on. That was like one of those like memes where it's like we had an AI watch every episode of Trailer Park Boys, but also Frozen. This is what
Boy, I hope it was just as enjoyable, if not a little more.
Honestly, that was pretty flawless. I loved that. Because Trailer Park Boys was actually the first show that I binged during this quarantine, and so all of the episodes are still a little fresh in my mind. And that's pretty much like 80% of the episodes is just like the boys do a scheme and Lahey's gotta, mess it up somehow.
Oh, absolutely. He gets involved. He catches wind. He tries to stop it, or he just catches wind of it at some point at the last second and just still gets involved.
Here's here's another one for you. The boys somehow win a contest, and they end up they get to take a trip to Disney World. And Ricky's all over. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can take my daughter there," and but of course, Lahey takes it upon himself to not trust the Floridian police department as well as the Disney security. So he like stows away in the plane, and somehow we completely ignore the boys from this point. And like Lahey just like fails upwards and like stumbles his way into the Magic Kingdom or Epcot, wherever Elsa happens to be that day, and has an altercation with the meet and greet character.
The meet and greet Disney princess Elsa.
Yeah, the meet and greet Elsa, and like meanwhile we probably get to see Randy like in one of those like children's like Elsa dresses that they sell. It's like, what you think of this, Mr. Lahey? Don't I look cool?
don't I look cool? Oh, Randers, you look so beautiful.
The scene from Trailer Park Boys that has been haunting my memory since I finished watching it was when they hear Flight of the Bumblebee outside of like Randy's house, like the he's like, and they're like, "What the hell is that?" And Bubbles is like, "I think it's Flight of the Bumblebee," and they go inside, and Lahey's dressed as the bee, and Randy's dressed as the flower.
Dude,
we're a little bit. Don't mind us, boys. We're just pollinating. Oh, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I could see them like going to the actual park and then having an altercation with the meet and greet Elsa.
Oh, absolutely. That would be a fantastic scenario as well.
Because that would be the best way to bring like Elsa to the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
if
sure.
It doesn't work as well to have the Trailer Park Boys go to Arendelle.
No.
But,
I would say not.
Ski resort scheme is perfect because I mean they're already in Canada. So
I know. So it's like they've already got like pretty much constant winter. It's like, but when they need it the most, I don't know.
Yeah, it just happens to be like a regular summer.
Yeah, dude, it was a far stretch.
I'm surprised that wasn't an episode yet. Was just like, let's make a ski resort, and it's like the smallest of hills within the trailer park.
Yeah, dude, like a little X Games jump.
Or no, it's like a pile of trash with like a tarp over it, and just like now ski down it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
I could see that.
That's definitely the title of this episode is Lahey versus Elsa.
Hell yeah.
Oh. All right. That was a fun one. That is definitely going up in my top matchups.
Oh, that's one for the books, man.
I am the liquor. The only thing,
I can't even freaking light my grill in this cold. Light my burgers.
Oh, and everyone else is like complaining about how cold it is, and Randy's like, "Oh, I'm not that cold," and they're like, "It's because you got all that blubber on you."
Yeah, he's like, oh well, come on, I'm not that fat.
Yeah,
And they're
that's
like,
not
well,
fair.
then it's like all that freaking hair on your chest and back. He's like, no, I grew them often. Frig
Only
off.
thing, only thing that's missing from this is like Julian like chipping some ice off to go into his drink.
Dude, yeah. I was thinking about some other details in which I could have played out with that, and I was thinking about maybe having like Elsa like make a ice ball and end up befriending Lahey and being like, oh, you can make all the ice for all my liquor. You
Or
be my little ice princess.
if this was a straight up crossover and not like the mascot version crossover, like if we just threw realism out the window completely, I'd say that Sven the reindeer ends up at Bubbles Kittyland.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'll take care of him real good, and just starts. That's the B plot. Uh, all
That's
right.
good stuff.
That is some great stuff. But that was this episode of Impossible versus Matches. Everyone, thank you for listening. Preston, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, as always, my man. Fun and is always a pleasure. So definitely have me on at another time. I'll
You
be
know it.
awesome.
And where can the people find you?
Hey, yo, you can check me out on Instagram at p.m._prod and on YouTube at PM Productions. And you can obviously find me here on 469 Productions, bud.
All right. Well, again, thank you for listening, everyone. Go and give Preston a follow, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Impossible versus Matches.
Adios.